Hey, what's going on everyone? My name is Arfan from Grow Automate Scale, and in this video I'm going to show you how to optimize your Facebook ads, your lead generation ads in real time. I'm going to go through a few different scenarios, so if you enjoy this, stay tuned to watch the entire video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and put on a notification bell so you get notified for all the videos. So without further ado, I'm going to hop right into it. I'm going to talk about how you can actually make tweaks, edits, and optimize your ads as they're live, right? Because that's how you get results. You want to make changes, you want to optimize them, and you want to tweak as they're live, so that way you can get the best results possible. So here, let's go into the account. One of the very first things we want to do is want to make sure we're using the performance and clicks column. This is going to give you the most clear data that you need for any of the Facebook's already preset columns. You can always customize your columns too, but I say do that. Okay, so one of the things we want to look at is when we're having our campaigns. So we got a few different campaigns going here. We have one that has not generated any results yet. This one right here is two messaging ads, a direct to purchase, and a lead generation ads, right? So these are three different campaigns. So how do you actually optimize it? How do you actually get results? This is a $500 offer. We're selling at 114 per purchase. So we're doing close to a 4x return on ad spend with that. Simple lead generation, 583 leads at $1.07 cost per lead, and we've had 36 purchases so far. So how did we get to this point? Because it wasn't always like that. And one thing I want to talk about is we want to scroll over a bit and let's take a look at some key important metrics, right? So these are the metrics here that's going to drive your results. One of the very first things, I want to make sure my CPM is within a good range. What does that mean? So it's going to be against your own account to know for sure, but traditionally speaking, if your CPM for a lead generation, any kind of conversion ad, you want to be $40 and less, ideally $30 and less. This is the reason why. Why do you need to be $40 or $30 less? Well, here's the thing. CPM has a lot to do with relevancy. How does Facebook think your ad is relevant to the audiences that you're trying to show to? The more relevant it is, the better your CPM cost is going to be. So you first off want to make sure that, hey, does Facebook even think my ad is relevant to this audience or not? So let's get there. So this is a great cost, under the $30 benchmark. 11, which is phenomenal. You don't see this very often. It's very rare. I just want to be truthful with that. Typically, these are all lower than average. So if you're comparing your results against these, just understand these are lower than average. I'm sorry, these are better than average, a lot better than average. So you can see the results here. Click-through rate as well. There's two click-through rates we want to pay attention to. The click-through rate all, and then our click-through rate for the link. Most important is the link click-through rate, but the secondary is the click-through rate. This just shows how well is our graphic. Is our graphics actually standing out? Are we getting people to click on it? Things like that. So we want to get the overall picture, because if the overall picture is good, and we say good is above 2%, if the overall picture is above 2%, typically you have a good ad going on, right? This is an AI offer. AI is popular right now, so naturally it's going to be a well above average click-through rate here. The second thing is link click-through rate. We want this to be above a 0.8%, ideally closer to 1%. So this is how you make tweaks. If this is not over 2%, what do? You change your graphics, you change your videos, you adjust your headlines. If your link click-through rate is not above 0.8 or 1%, what do? You adjust your call to action. You adjust your ad copy to make sure that the ad copy call to action is better suited to convert, right? So just a couple of things. This is what we pay attention to. The second thing is, as we go inside the account, how do we know which audiences to test, right? You can see here, we've tested a few different audiences for this is just January. If I go back to December and November and different campaigns, you'll see we tested this quite a bit. So we're constantly also testing, and we don't necessarily just care if there's leads coming in or not, right? We want to make sure that we're seeing the right things happening. So leads are coming in, purchases are coming in, the cost per lead is sustainable, and we'll just want to test different audiences to see what kind of results we're getting. So while this realtor audience has got 32 leads and is a good average cost per lead, we wanted to really test it out more to start getting even better results. So we started just testing different audiences, and we continuously do this, right? So despite if you're looking to see you're getting some results or not, the truthful thing is we turned this off before the purchases came through. Purchases came through after the fact, so we will eventually circle this back and turn that back on, but nonetheless, we were rotating different audiences, things like that, because we want to basically start looking at this from a perspective of this is just for purely lead generation, right? But when we're looking at this here, we have about point six return on ad. So that's 60%. 60% of our ad cost is covered with just the $8 upsell that's on the thank you page, right? So we're making some pretty good sales for just a lead generation, and afterwards the profits are coming in. So you have to be able to pay attention on the back end what's happening in the funnel, because you can make a ton of adjustments and differences on the ads, but what's going to really make a difference is if you look on the back end, you want to see the results. You want to see people actually purchasing, right? So one of our new assets that we tested, we could have kept to this and kept it at 0.4, and all is right to cover about 50% of your ad cost is respectable. But the thing is, we want to continue testing, and we end up finding one here that's doing 0.94. So it's almost, the lead generation is almost paying for itself, just simply because people are converting on the back end for that tripwire offer. So this is one of the things. How do you make tweaks and adjustments onto your ads? You look at the statistics. What's my click-through rate looking like? What's my CPM cost looking like? If all those things make sense and they all look good, the next thing you want to look at is your results. What are the results for my campaign? And is my results and my cost per results within alignment of what I'm looking to spend? If I have a launch coming up, and I know that for my launch to be successful, I need to get 1,000 leads in there, but my ads budget is only $2,000, and I'm getting my cost per lead for like $10. We already know we're not going to hit that, right? So now, can we directly impact the cost per result, changing it down from like $10 to down to 1, 2? Yes, no, maybe. We have to look and see what the other factors are, right? So this is my second point here, which is going to be to look at how much traffic are you driving, okay? So let's just look at one ad set. So this Advantage Plus audience here, for example, we have 99 link clicks, and we've had 36 leads. Basic math, right? 36 divided by 99, you get a 0.36. So move the decimal 2 over, and you get a 36% conversion rate. Could that be better? Possibly. 20-25% is industry standard. So again, 36 is pretty good. So it's doing a pretty good conversion job. So look at this even at the bigger scale. If you're under 20%, you have to make changes to that landing page. Otherwise, you're sending a lot of traffic and they're not converting. And simple tweaks to the headline alone can make a big difference. So there's that. Now, the second thing I want to pop into here is actually going to be, let's take a look at another campaign that's very, very similar in a sense, but it's just one offer. Now, one of the biggest differences is this previous campaign here, we actually have this optimized for leads. This one right here is a lead gen campaign, but we have it optimized for purchases. Now, we do both, and we always rotate and test, and this is part of the beauty of how do you actually adjust and make adjustments and continuously get great results for your ad, is that so we did run this same offer here as a lead generation offer, as you can see down here. So we ran this as a lead generation. The holidays came around. When the holidays came around, the cost went way up. So we just pivoted back into regular lead generation, right? This one right here, we were definitely getting some pretty awesome purchases, and I want to show the results. But again, you have to pay attention to see, because I'm going to show you right now 1.25. The results are better when we're optimized for purchases. We're optimized for purchases opposed to when we're optimized for leads. But here's the kicker. In December, that wasn't the case. That dropped down. The end of November and the beginning of December, that dropped down drastically. So we just made the decision, hey, let's pivot back over. If this was only going to be doing a 0.25, let's go back over to lead generation. Let's get back to a higher amount, right? So we made the pivots along the way. As you can see here, too, out of 1,500 leads, it was 0.48 overall. And we look at the last 30 days. We have, so it actually went up 1.85, right? So some opportunities you can see depending on the campaign that you're using. That's a different campaign, sorry. So depending on the type of back here. Depending on your cost per lead and the results you're getting, you may want to also experiment and just test with different objectives, making it a purchase objective or making it a lead objective. And in a lot of cases, you may find out that a lead objective works better or a purchase objective works better. So in this case here, I want to show this is just simply a purchase objective. And this is something where this one's doing pretty good right now. This is held up. We actually had to pause this totally in December just because it was not converting. And then we turned it back on this month and boom, it's already at a 1.05 return on ad spend. So, and that's not super impressive, but the whole point is I want you to understand this is lead generation ads. This is just collecting name and email address and is bringing leads in, which typically there's not an ROI attached to this. And this is an ROI within the 7 days. So if you can break even on your ads within 7 days, there's a goal in advertising and you want to break even on your ads within 30 days and you want to be able to 5 to 10x that return on ad spend over the next 6 to 12 months. So we're already breaking even on ads right here. And over the next 6 to 12 months, we're gonna blow the ROI at the water when they start going into high ticket offers and things like that. So this is an example here. Now again, similar as before, we're taking a look at performance and clicks. And let me move my video out the way. We're going to be looking at CPM costs. We want this to be under 40, under 30. So it's 21, great cost. We're looking at our click-through rate, 4.23, and our link click-through rate, 2.6. This is really high. If you look at the ratio of the click-through rate to the link click-through rate, is really, really good, right? So this just tells us the ad copy is doing a really good job. So the ad graphics, headline, the ad copy combination is doing a really good job. And then the combination of the link, the call to action in the actual ad copy is also doing a really, really good job too as well, which is why we're seeing this conversion rate and we're getting people who are we're covering our ad costs plus we're making a little bit of profits along the way. So again, similarly, the biggest thing here is always, make sure you're continuously testing different things. As you can see here, since September to January now, we've tested quite a bit. We're always rotating and testing to see the areas that's going to help us to drive better purchase and better results overall. And that's part of the optimization process is you do have to always tweak and test, especially when you're talking about lead generation. You have a freebie or something like that. You want to be able to tweak and test and see where, to see which audiences are converting the best and to take a look and see what, where you're getting the best cost per lead and what other results are coming in that's driving profits on the back end, because the ads manager is very limited in his data. First of all, it's only going to report data based off of a 7-day click or a 1-day view. So it's going to do 7-day clicks. So 7 days, that's all it tracks for. After 7 days, is no longer tracking that person. And in reality, you may actually have more sales. And in reality is we actually have 25 sales. So we're doing better than 1.05. I'm just showing you the stats on the actual ads manager itself, because this is what you use to tweak and test. So how do you make a decision? How do you know if like for example, let's take a look at this at the maximum to see how we were doing. So how do we know to keep this one going, to turn this one off, or why wouldn't we keep this one going at 1646 versus that one? Like I said, this stopped converting in December, so we ended up pausing the campaign. And when we restarted with some different audiences that Facebook's also updated audiences, and they gave us a new option, so we decided to use that, and it's producing better results than even a different campaign we were using before. A $19 offer selling for $13.95. And this is actually a free lead generation. So we've actually generated 205 leads, name and email. And then out of those 205, we've had 21 people who have purchased since we've restarted this campaign December 28th. And the whole goal of this, though, is all about this. We just want to capture leads. We want to grow the email list. We want to convert them for our launches and our offers. So that's the second one. And the third one that I want to share on here, it's a very similar, right? And you can see a lot of these are often very, 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 a lot of these are like kind of the same. But what I really want to stress is just take a look really quick. You can see these are all the same workshop, and these are evergreen, but we're constantly really just running small short tests and then making changes along the way. And a lot of these tests are often around sales. So we'll put this up, we'll run it for a little bit. We see we got 40 people who signed up, 72 cents cost per lead. I don't care about cost per lead as much as I do sales. I want to see sales coming in. That's why we're always testing, because an amateur or inexperienced advertiser will say, "Hey, I'm getting 72 cents per lead." They're gonna keep this running. They're gonna blow this up. They're gonna just boom, let that run for a very long time. But the reality is that no one's even purchasing. So check the difference here. Now you have a campaign that's doing $1.28. Well, there's two campaigns. These are almost identical. But you can see here, even this one, 0.64, that was still doing pretty all right, not horrible. But we're like, nope, we want to get this. This needs to be able to pay for itself. Most of our campaigns would like that. We know it is possible, and we want to make sure we can get there. So we ended up using a different, making some changes here. Using new landing page. That was one of the biggest changes that we made. These had a previous landing page. These have a new landing page. And that new landing page, and I said you could change the copy on your pages a lot better. This one here is doing a lot better. You can see this one that we're running right now is doing a 1.23. And again, this is the whole purpose of this is to generate leads. Like, we're trying to bring in a bunch of leads because there's a launch coming up in March, and we want to generate a massive amount of leads so that way we can continue nurturing. So when this launch comes around, we have more people buying these high ticket programs that are 2,000, 3, 4, 5, sometimes up to 10,000. In this particular case, the highest cost of program is 2,000. So once they purchase that $2,000 program, this ROI is going to go up crazy. We don't need a whole lot of people to purchase for the ROI to go up a lot when you're selling high ticket offers. So I want to talk about that again. Remember, so just really quick recap. You want to adjust your performance and clicks. You want to take a look at your CPM cost. Make sure it's under, depending on your niche, right? But ideally under 40, under 30 is best. And I show some other examples. You can see here, these are under 10. This is also even more phenomenal, right? And we see these cases sometimes, especially where one of the biggest things between this here is this really has a lot to do with relevancy. We study the offer before we write copy. We study the offer before we create images. We take a deep dive into the stuff before my team and I really creates things. And you can see here, the click-through rate on this is not anything wow in comparison to like previous things I've showed you. But you can see one of the biggest differences that it's still producing a similar result. And I can guarantee you, when we look at this again and go to recap I was showing you before, we had, let's look at the link clicks here. So we had 1,130, so we had 447 leads divided by 1,130. So this is a 39.5% conversion rate. So this is converting a little better than some of the other offers I showed you. But when you are making adjustments to your lead gen campaign, you can look in the ad account and you can spend a lot of times in the ad account, but that's not the only place to spend time in, because you also need to take a look at your sales funnel, your email funnel, the landing page, things like that, because these all play a big role in the ad performance. Because if your landing page is not converting as it should, you're not going to see the results in the ads manager. If people are converting to your offer but they're not purchasing anything, if you have a tripwire offer or if you're giving them something of value that they can give a credit card for, if they're not purchasing that, the leads you're getting, it could probably be fake leads, it could probably be duds, but they're not really interested. And the thing is, right, the leads may be great, but the offer could suck. It's one of those things where you also got to take a look at the offer. There's a number of things, there's a number of nuances you want to take a look at when deciding if this is working for you, if you're getting the best possible results. Okay, so with that being said, I hope this video has been helpful to you. My name is Arfan, or Grow Automate Scale, where we help coaches, online entrepreneurs, business owners leverage the power of Facebook ads so you can increase sales, increase leads, and grow your business by 10x. And if you're interested in working together, there's a link in the description below where you can apply and just for a quick 30-minute call where we'll hop on Zoom and we'll chat about your business and what you're looking to do and see if it's a good fit working with us. Other than that, there's also some resources down there you can check out. We have a case study you can take a look at to see how we apply this at a scaled level, especially when we get to launches. And some other resources that can help you out too as well on your ads journey. So hope this has been helpful to you. Again, my name is Arfan, and I will catch you all next time.